So this is a screencast on doing the practice word problems with our inequalities. So for problem one, you receive an $80 gift card to the bookstore. Hardback books cost $8, paperback are 4. How many books of each type can you buy? So first off, we are going to say, all right, let's make our X be our hardback books. And let's make our Y be our paperback. So we are specifying what's going to be what with our X and our Y. And now we're going to go through and we're going to set that up. So we know that hardback books are $8. So we're going to start by saying 8X. We know that paperback are 4. So we have 4Y. We know there's going to be an 80 over there on the other side. So you have an $80 gift card. So we want to think about that. We can spend all $80. So we know that it's going to be an equal to symbol under there. But we don't have to spend all $80. You could spend less than, but we can't spend over. So that is why it is 8X plus 4Y is less than or equal to 80. So just make this a little smaller. So from here, we want to graph it. And the way it's set up, we are going to take our 8X and we are going to bring that across the line. So the 8X is gone. We're going to bring down our 4Y. We're going to bring down our symbol. And then I'm going to put my negative 8X first because I'm used to my slope being the first thing. And then my plus 80. So notice that the 80 and the negative 8X don't get put together and say like 72X. They are separate pieces. To finish, we are going to divide every part by 4 because we want Y to be by itself. So Y is less than or equal to negative 2X because negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2 plus 80 divided by 4 is going to give us 20. So we have our inequality, which is something I'm going to be looking for. And then we are going to start by graphing our y-intercept, which is at 20. Our slope, looking at our inequality, is the negative 2. So we're going to go down 2 blocks over 1, down 2 over 1. And I'm going to continue to graph that till I get to the bottom here. So down 2 over 1. Okay. Now that those points are plotted, we want to see, all right, is this a dotted or a solid line? So we're looking at that inequality symbol. If you notice, it has that line underneath, the little alligator mouth. So that means this is a solid line. So we are going to connect those points. I'm going to try to do it as straight as I can. There we go. And we are going to have our line. At this point, we need to shade where our possible answers are going to be located. So looking at our picture, we're cutting this picture into 2 parts. We have a top part and we have a bottom part. So to decide which part we shade, we're looking at our, looking at our symbol. It says Y is less than or equal to. So less than or equal to means that we're going to shade below. So anything below that line would be a possible solution. So it would be a possible combination of hardback books and paperback books that you could buy with your $80 gift card. Okay, looking at number 2. The fair is in town and you have earned $20 for math tutoring and want to go. Each ride is $2.50. Each game is $2. How many of each can you participate in during your visit? So we have rides and games. So I'm going to start by saying, let's make X be rides, and Y is going to be games. So, and you could have these flip-flopped, doesn't matter. It would be slightly different setup, but it still is the right, will give you the right possible answers for the rides and the games. So we know each ride's $2.50. So we're going to start by saying $2.50 X plus our $2 per game, so 2Y. And we know that we have $20 to spend. So we could spend all $20, or we could spend less, but we can't spend more. So we're going to do less than or equal to 20. So at this point, we want to graph. So we're going to have to shift things around. So we're going to start like the last problem, and we're going to subtract our $2.50 x on both sides. So we end up with 2y is less than or equal to negative 2.50x plus 20. And I wrote way too big. Okay, plus 20. Okay. So from here, still do not have y by itself, so we're going to divide every part by 2. So we end up with y is less than or equal, and we're going to take our negative 2.50 and divide it by 2, and you should get negative 1.25, but we want to convert that to a fraction. So you can use your calculator with the double arrow button, or if you use the Desmos scientific calculator, you can click on, if you can type in negative 1.25 and type in that little fraction key on the side, and it will tell you it's negative 5/4. So we have our x, and then 20 divided by 2 is 10. So we have our inequality. We're going to start at 10, and we're going to go down 5/4. So we're going to go down 5 blocks over 4, down 5 blocks over 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking at our inequality symbol, we can see that it is going to be a solid line, again, because it has that solid line underneath your inequality symbol. So we're going to draw that line. And then we want to shade. So again, looking at that symbol, we have the top part of the graph, we have the bottom part. We want to shade the part that says y is less than. So that's going to be the part that is below. So any combination of ordered pairs in this shaded area would be a possible number of rides and games that you could do within $20 budget. Looking at the last problem, catering company has small tables and large tables. Small tables seat 4 people and large seat 6. They're planning a party for a maximum of 120 guests. So again, let's start by saying, let's make X be our small tables. So I'm going to say small, and Y is our large. And we want to set up our inequality. So we know that the small tables are 4 people and large tables are 6. So we are going to have, all right, 4x plus 6y. And we have a maximum of 120 guests. So we know 120 is going to be over here. And we want this number, the number of people, it could be 120, but it can't be over that. So it has to be 120 or less than. So it says a maximum of 120. So it cannot go over 120. So this is going to be less than or equal to. So now that we set up our inequality, we want to get our x and move that over. So we're going to subtract 4x from both sides. So we have 6y. We have our inequality symbol. We have negative 4x plus 120. And then we're going to divide all parts by 6. So we are going to have our y, or less than or equal to symbol. Negative 4/6 can be reduced to negative 2/3 x, plus 120 divided by 6 is 20. So we have our inequality. We know we're starting at 20 and going down 2/3. So we're going to put our point at 20, down 2 over 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to plot these. Okay. All right, we need to decide if it is a dotted or a solid line. So we're looking at that symbol. This is also a solid line because it is included, or it's equal to. So we have our line. Looking at our picture, we have a top part, we have a bottom part. So we want to shade the part that says y is less than or equal to. So we are going to shade below. So any combination of small or large tables in the shaded area would meet the restriction of having a maximum of 120 people.